Welcome to our YouTube channel. In this video, we'll share with you the top mistakes real estate investors make. So guess what? So that you won't have to. So that way you'll be more confident in taking action when you want to get started or when you want to scale your rental portfolio. And it's always best to learn vicariously through the mistakes of others. So let's get into it. Let's go ahead and talk about the top 3 common pitfalls in the industry from a broad strokes perspective and how to avoid them. Numero uno, the top 1 mistake. Most beginning investors and those who are just getting started but looking to scale, they stick to what they know instead of what will make them grow. Getting started, many newbie investors, they work with a family member or friend who happen to be a real estate agent or a lender since they're just starting out, and that is what is familiar to them. However, that family member or friend may not have the experience or the expertise that lines up with that person's goals. So for instance, you may want to buy an investment property, but your cousin is a real estate agent, may have never worked with investors before, just owner occupants. And it could be a case of the blind leading the blind. Or you may want to grow into multi-units, but your friend who is a mortgage banker never in her life ever did a commercial mortgage before, right? So you want to build a team that has been where you're trying to go, so that way they can help you along the way. They can help show you the way. Number 2, they only use what's in their hand instead of the right tools that will help them expand. Most real estate investors stay small because they only think like a self-employed mom and pop investor. They only think about resources they readily have available in their hand, instead of tapping into the resources that other people may have available and forge new relationships, new partnerships, right? Joint ventures with them. For instance, I just closed on a 9-unit, and the last deal I needed to do to quit my day job. And then after closing, I claimed a lot of taxes, tax deductions, in which I ended up finding out it worked against me and getting qualified for a mortgage on a 3-unit that I was eyeing. And my mortgage lender just basically said, well, I couldn't do the 3-unit. So I would have to wait 2 years of positive tax returns in order to buy this 3-unit or any other deal. I said, no, I'm not just depending on my resources. I have to be able to branch out and reach out to others. So instead of just focusing on what was in my hand, I instead turned to 2 partners that can help me with qualifying for mortgages, as well as bring additional investment capital to the table. And we ended up closing the deal without me having to wait 2 full years. I just expanded my network, and then I was able to close more deals. Sure, my lender said that I couldn't do a deal by myself, but she didn't say I couldn't do a deal with others. Here's mistake number 3. If you have money, then you don't have a problem. Use your money to solve them. Many investors who have a good amount of cash to invest, they try to do all tasks by themselves just to save a buck. They're the ones being the real estate landlord, the self-employed mom and pop investor, in which they're doing everything from being the CEO to the janitor. They're sweeping the front porch, they're leasing rental units, they're changing locks, they're showing up at court, they're raising capital. Basically, they're doing every activity under the sun. And as a result of not specializing on their unique ability, the 1 or 2 things that they do extremely well as compared to others, they instead get little results and they get burnt out as a result of doing everything. And I was able to scale my portfolio from 7 rental units to 30 in 12 months when I began to outsource 2 extremely vital tasks. Number 1, finding the money, and 2, finding a deal. After I hired teams to do these crucial tasks on my behalf, I then focused on my unique ability of being that synergistic glue of binding all these resources together to close deals and repeat. And I ended up acquiring 23 units in 12 months as a result of outsourcing how to get the capital and how to get the deal. And the issue that most real estate investors do is they try to do everything under the sun. And what makes it even worse is that they try to do everything without proper training, right? And if you're good at, let's say, saving money, or you're good at earning money, let's say you're a high income earner, which is great, then hire the teams to put the deals together for you and to help you raise the capital for you as well, while you just oversee the process and do whatever you're good at really well. In summary, most people think that, oh, I have a problem, and so I have to figure it out by myself. No, if you have some investment capital, if you have some money, you don't have a problem, because you can easily hire someone who has the skill set and expertise to solve that problem for you. The only problem you truly have is that you don't know how to solve them. You don't know how to solve your problems by using your own capital, okay? And then once that epiphany went off, where I decided, you know what? I can hire this coach or this team that raised capital for me. Oh, you know what? I can hire this agent and so forth that can find deals for me, and I can greatly scale my portfolio. But there's many people who have the opposite mindset, which is a huge mistake. They think, oh, you know what? I need to do all these things myself. Or, you know what? I can find my own deals. Why would I pay this agent? Or why would I pay this other person to help me with the money? Leverage is the game. When investing in real estate, it is so easy to do what's familiar, to only think of what resources you can bring to this table, and also to be a one-man band thinking that you'll be a self-made millionaire one day, doing everything under the sun yourself, being everything from the CEO to the janitor. These mistakes, they prevent beginner and intermediate investors from scaling their rental portfolios to the point that their passive income from their portfolio, their cash flow, can rival their paycheck. Now, if you hang with the wise, then you'll become wise. And don't be a companion of fools, because you'll suffer harm. As always, guys, to your success, continue to earn passively, passionately. Peace.